from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening, bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world. It's your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. My name is Shaban Pereira.
I'm Dilanjali Ananda, and these are the headlines for tonight. This year strengthens the theme 2026, all equal before the law, emphasizes the President. Devnimori sacred relics of Lord Buddha returned to India. Sectoral Oversight Committee approves the act to abolish the pension of parliamentarians. An income of $500,000 during the past 4 months in marine surveillance operations of Sri Lanka Navy. 12 persons get the capital punishment in the assassination of parliamentarian Amarakirti Athukorala. GCE ordinary level tuition classes to end from midnight. The USA Peace Walk of Buddhist monks ends. 9 persons killed during a school shooting in Canada.
And in your news in detail, this year strengthens the theme 2026, all equal before the law, emphasized President Andrukumara Dissanayake.
The President made this comment joining the national program, A Nation United, of the Central Province to eradicate dangerous drugs held in Nurelia. A Nation United national campaign is being implemented with a broad participation of the people to eradicate dangerous drugs menace, which has become a national calamity, with a mechanism for taking efficient decisions. Through a process of wide publicity raising awareness regarding this menace, breaking of the network connected with the dangerous drug peddling, empowerment of rehabilitation opportunities, providing an opportunity for those who are willing to get rid of the usage of drugs are being addressed under this program. Since the implementation of A Nation United national campaign until now, more than 91,000 suspects have been taken into custody linked to the dangerous drug peddling. In this connection, investigation of assets of more than 100 persons and interrogation of 1,818 suspects who are under detention orders is also being carried out. About 1,566 persons have been directed for rehabilitation. 62 police officers of Nurelia district were felicitated for their active contribution in the A Nation United national campaign. President Andrukumara Dissanayake said that 2026 would be the year Sri Lanka truly breathes life into the principle that everyone is equal before the law. He emphasized that every individual must be subject to the law, questioning whether the country does not need such a standard. The President pointed out that no nation where the rule of law has collapsed has ever achieved development. Where the law breaks down, criminals dominate and thrive. He stressed that Sri Lanka cannot continue on such a path. The President therefore called upon the Minister of Public Security, the Secretary, the Inspector General of Police, the entire police force and the tri-forces to work together to transform the state into one that firmly upholds the supremacy of the rule of law. He noted that so-called dark countries are built on the collapse of law and order and reiterated that Sri Lanka is committed to building a nation grounded in legal supremacy. President Dissanayake stated that the country must be one where children do not have to endure the hardships faced by previous generations and where they are protected from the crises that plagued the past. He warned that one of the greatest threats facing the nation today is the growing drug menace affecting the youth. He explained that when a child becomes a victim of drugs, the suffering extends first to the child, then to the parents, and ultimately to the entire family. He stressed the urgent need to build a country where no child falls a victim to this catastrophe and where no family is destroyed by it. The President observed that recent shootings across various parts of the country are largely linked to conflicts over the distribution of drug trade. Illegal armed groups, he said, have formed around the drug networks. The President noted that many of those arrested in connection with shootings and illegal weapons possession are young people between the age of 20 and 30 who have become members of organized criminal gangs. He highlighted the massive circulation of money within these networks and explained how such funds infiltrate the state of apparatus. Some weak state officials, he said, are tempted by this money, which is used to obtain fake passports, register fraudulent vehicles and evade the law. Ultimately, he warned that corruption leads to the collapse of the state apparatus itself. He further cautioned that these criminal elements are attempting to enter politics. According to reports, some local council chairpersons have been involved in criminal activities, and funds from drug networks are allegedly being used to form political parties. The president warned of the grave danger of these networks gaining influence in local councils, provincial councils and even parliament, questioning whether the country should allow such a threat to grow. President Dissanayake stated that while he, the Minister of Public Security and state officials could choose to remain passive observers, they have no moral right to do so. The crisis, he said, is spreading nationwide and threatening every village, every home and every family. Therefore, he asserted the collective intervention is necessary to defeat the menace. He assured the public that both he and his government have made a firm, unanimous and unwavering decision to eradicate this threat. He called on the Secretary, the IGP and all officials to unite in this effort. He also emphasized the need for public support, noting that drug dealers in villages are known to the community, but people often remain silent out of fear. The President expressed concern that even prison officials have faced intimidation. He referred to the recent incident in which a criminal shouted in court that he was a free man now, explaining that the individual believed being remanded in prison granted him freedom, an indication, he suggested, of an undue liberties enjoyed within certain prison facilities. He revealed that inspections of major detention centers have repeatedly uncovered illegal mobile phones and evidence of external connections. However, he stated that a plan has now been put in place to dismantle these networks and prevent such abuses. President Andrekumari Dissanayake concluded by affirming that while the government respects democracy and human rights, it is foremost responsibility is to ensure the safety and security of the people. Accordingly, he declared that the government stands ready to take decisive action to protect the nation.
People have expressed their satisfaction regarding the Norelia district program of a Nation United program to eradicate dangerous drugs. In a unique feature, foreign tourists touring in Norelia have also appreciated the program.
I believe that the Sri Lankan government is taking action against the drugs and bad cocaine and other things, and which is very positive thing to take this action, because the new generation of Sri Lanka are the face for the future. And if this young generation will be get into like political
the illegal drugs, I think it's good that the government is against it and doing something against it. I think that's important for a country to grow again and be against this. Drugs. Like cricket or any good sector, it is better that if they are getting on good track.
President Andrekumari Dissanayake met estate workers at the Nanu-Radalla bypass this morning. They expressed their gratitude to the President for increasing their salary. The workers there warmly welcomed the President. He also engaged in a friendly chat with them. The sacred Denimari relics of Lord Buddha have officially concluded their historic journey in Sri Lanka, returning to India today following a landmark week-long exposition at the Gangarame Temple in Colombo.
Now, this momentous event, which drew more than 1 million devotees for public veneration, stands as a significant milestone in the spiritual and diplomatic history between the two nations. We begin our coverage with a look back at the final morning of this sacred journey and the state ceremonies held at Katunayaka.
Throughout the week, the Gangarame temple became a focal point of national devotion as thousands of pilgrims offered their respects. The relics discovered at the Devdamori archaeological site in Gujarat were housed in a specialized green stitch casket inscribed with the Brahmi script. In the early morning hours of the final day, the temple premises witnessed Buddhist rituals and the final public offerings before the casket was prepared for its journey to the airport. The Deo Memorial Relic Exposition in Sri Lanka comes to close today after drawing thousands of devotees and visitors. For the first time, these sacred relics were displayed outside India. The overwhelming public response reflects spiritual deep significance, and also this historic exhibition marks a powerful milestone in friendship between Sri Lanka and India. Following the temple rituals, the sacred relics were moved under heavy security in a motorcade to the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunayake. Upon arrival at the state terminal, the atmosphere was one of deep reverence as high-level religious traditions and observations were performed. The Indian delegation led by Madhya Pradesh Governor Mangubhai Patel and Arunachal Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Chowna Bain joined Sri Lankan ministers and Indian High Commissioner Santosh Jha to offer a final ceremonial farewell. Amidst the chanting of Mahasangha, the relics were placed aboard a special Indian Air Force aircraft, officially concluding a spiritual exchange that was the first announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his 2025 state visit. As the Deo Memorial relics return to India, they leave behind a historical new legacy of peace. The overwhelming devotion seen here marks a new milestone power in our spiritual journey, and also a golden chapter in friendship between Sri Lanka and India is now completed.
Sectoral Oversight Committee on Governance, Justice and Civil Protection unanimously agreed to abolish the pension of parliamentarians when the committee met today. The bill will be presented in Parliament for its second reading on the 17th of this month. Views were expressed during the media briefing held today in the Parliament in this regard. Chairman of the Sectoral Oversight Committee on Governance, Justice and Civil Protection, Parliamentarian Ajit Indika, stated that they are presenting what he described as a very progressive policy declaration highlighting the abolition of the parliamentary pension as one of its key proposals. He emphasized that the move to abolish the parliamentary pension granted to members of Parliament after a few years of service is not intended to target or create conflict with anyone, but rather applies equally to all MPs. Accordingly, he said that the Parliamentary Pension Act No. 1 of 1977 will be repealed through a new act. Parliamentarian Ajit Indika further noted that once the new legislation is passed in Parliament next week, members of Parliament will no longer be entitled to receive a pension. Instead, he said they will continue to serve the public in the spirit of service. He described the move as a significant and important step forward in transforming the political culture of the country.
Sri Lanka has recorded an income of more than $500,000 during the past 4 months in marine surveillance operations, according to Sri Lankan Navy. Director General of Operations of the Sri Lankan Navy, Rear Admiral Harsha De Silva, made this observation during a media briefing held today at the Government Information Department. Director General Operations of Sri Lankan Navy, Rear Admiral Harsha De Silva, stated that the Navy commenced independent maritime security operations on October 3, 2025, after entering into agreements with several international private security firms. He explained that all income currently generated through these projects is being credited directly to the government's consolidated fund in order to support national welfare and strengthen the economy. Rear Admiral De Silva further noted that the Navy possesses substantial physical and human resources required to carry out maritime security operations independently. Therefore, he emphasized that the Navy has the capacity to further expand these services while maintaining minimal operational costs. He pointed out that under the previous system, which involved private institutions, only very small portion of the income was directed towards national welfare. However, under the newly restructured plan, the entire income is now credited to the consolidated fund as foreign exchange earnings. Highlighting the progress made within a short period of approximately 4 months since October 3, 2025, Rear Admiral De Silva stated that the Sri Lankan Navy has successfully conducted 323 maritime security operations, contributing $598,250 directly to the country as foreign exchange income.
Capital punishment is being ordered for 12 persons regarding the assassination of Polonnaruwa District Parliamentarian Amarakirti Artikurala and his bodyguard by the Gampaha High Court. 4 persons have been ordered to 5-year suspended jail term of 6 months each. They were also ordered a fine of 10,000 rupees each, and it has also been ordered to pay a compensation of 50,000 rupees each to the wife of Amarkirti Attukurala and the wife of the assassinated bodyguard. 23 suspects have been acquitted. During the Aragalia period, Amarkirti Attukurala and his bodyguard were assassinated after assaults on the 9th of May 2022. The Attorney General filed cases against 40 correspondents in this regard. The case was conducted by handing indictments against 37 persons except 4. 4 defendants had died and 2 others are absconding. A 3-judge bench comprising Justices Sahan Mapa Bandara, Rashmi Singapuli and Rasantha Godavelga conducted this case for nearly 3 years. Secretary of former President Saman Ekanaika has been further remanded until the 18th of this month as per an order issued by the Colombo Fort Magistrates Court. His order pertaining to his bail application will also be declared on the same day. He has been remanded under the allegation of aiding and abetting to the offence of approving funds for a private foreign tour of former President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Venerable Balangodu Kassapatera and 10 others who were in remand custody in connection with the Trincomalee Buddha statue incident were released on bail today on conditions by the Trincomalee Magistrates Court. 2 surety bails of 1 million rupees each and a bail of 10,000 rupees has also been ordered per person. Appearing on media has been banned for the suspects, and they have been warned not to influence witnesses as well. The consent complaint was filed by the Department of Coast Conservation and Coastal Resources Management under the allegation of installing a Buddha statue via an illegal construction within the coastal reserved zone in Trincomalee town. The case will be taken up for hearing again on the 17th of June this year.
Appointing of chairman for Praja Shakti Grama Sabhas is being carried out these days. Appointments were awarded to elected chairman for Praja Shakti Grama Sabhas in the Uva Parnagama Divisional Secretariat Division yesterday. Under a thriving nation, a beautiful life policy statement of the present government, Praja Shakti program has been implemented to eradicate rural poverty. Voluntary rural leaders have been selected as chairman for these rural committees, and economic development officer have been appointed as well, officially as secretaries of the committee, and the awarding of the appointment letters to chairman elected for Praja Shakti Grama Sabhas in Uva Parnagama Divisional Secretariat Division was conducted at the Divisional Secretariat. Minister Samantha Vidyarathna, Parliamentarian Ravindra Bandara also graced the occasion. Minister Samantha Vidyarathna said that until now development projects have been selected by political authorities, officials and a segment of the general public. However, he emphasized that this would no longer be the case moving forward. Instead, he said it would be the People's Development Council that determines who the underprivileged families are and who would receive housing assistance. He further explained that if funds are allocated for the construction of a village road and there are 5 or 6 roads in need of development, discussion should be held to prepare proposals and finalize the selected road based on the majority's agreement. Speaking about relief assistance, the minister stressed that beneficiaries would not be chosen based on personal favours. He noted that decisions would be made through discussions within the People's Development Council. A sum of 618 million rupees have been allocated to implement full programs in order to eradicate poverty at rural level in Polonnaru district under the Praja Shakti program. Parliamentarian Sunil Ratnasiri made this observation at a meeting held yesterday to enlighten the Praja Shakti rural committees of the district. It was conducted yesterday at the Tamankadua Divisional Secretariat Office. A number of programs, including the raising of livelihoods of rural people of Polonnaru, were also discussed.
With Pakistan agreeing to play India in the T20 World Cup cricket tournament with the mediation of President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake, foreign media has paid prominent attention in this regard. As per the decision taken by Pakistan, cricket fans of India, Pakistan and Bangladesh are elated about this news.
वज़ीर आज़म शहबाज शरीफ का शुक्रिया, श्रीलंकन सदर अनुरा कुमारा का पैगाम, कहा पाकिस्तान ने यकीनी बनाया कि हम सबका पसंदीदा खेल जारी रहे.
The decision to play the Indo-Pakistan match in definite terms with maximum spectator attention in the preliminary round has maintained the spirit of this year's World Cup.
Big breaking news coming in. As expected, Pakistan does a U-turn. Pakistan will play against India. Sri Lankan president and the Bangladesh Cricket Board made the special request.
With the confirmation of the match between India and Pakistan to be played on the 15th of this month at R. Premadas International Cricket Stadium in Colombo, a great demand has been guaranteed worldwide for its telecasting.
T20 World Cup में पाक भारत मैच यकीनी बनाने पर श्रीलंकन सदर वजीर आजम शहबाज शरीफ के
The decision was reported to have followed a telephonic conversation between Sharif and Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Disanayake.
Foreign media, appreciating diplomatic mediation of President Anura Kumara Disanayake, said that this will pave the way for regional political stability too.
Massive wickets for Pakistan.
Yes, you can see that nodded shot and bounce a little bit more as well. Didn't quite middle it. Understandably is upset with him.
He wants more. He's gone over the top. Now he's out.
The Bora community has appreciated the program implemented by the government under the leadership of the President Anura Kumara Disanayake to create a new social and economic transformation in the country. Spiritual leader of the Bora community, His Holiness Dr. Sayyidina Mufaddal Saifuddin Sahib, made this comment when he met the President at the President's office yesterday. Over 1 million members of Bora community live in many countries including India, Pakistan, USA, UK, Canada, Sri Lanka and Australia. Spiritual leader Sahib commended the government for its implementation of extensive program against narcotic drugs and the prevention of fraud and corruption. He also enlightened the President on the long-term relations developed between Sri Lankan Bora community and other communities. He also clarified the contribution made by the Bora people to the Sri Lanka's economy. Expressing views, the President thanked the spiritual leaders of the Bora community for his visit to Sri Lanka. Representatives of Bora community, Deputy Speaker Rizvi Saleh, Governor of the Western Province Hanif Yusuf, President Secretary Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumar Nayaka and several others were present at this discussion.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya stresses the importance of further strengthening the long-lasting partnership between Sri Lanka and the European Union. She made these remarks when she met a group of representatives of the European Overseas Activity Service at the Prime Minister's office yesterday. The Prime Minister praises the European Union for the continuous support extended to Sri Lanka and recalled the support given to rebuilding the country following Cyclone Ditwa. She also pointed out the need to expand economic cooperation between Sri Lanka and the European Union. The Prime Minister further pointed out the significance of creating constitutional and policy reforms for facilitating for economic activities, trade and investment. She also emphasized the role of the European Union as development and economic partner of Sri Lanka. Co-chair of the European Union, Paolo Pabloni, head of the delegation, Carmen Moreno and several representatives were present at this meeting.
Conducting of tuition classes for the GCE O-level examination has to end by 12 midnight today. Now the examination will be conducted at 3,545 centres on the 17th of this month.
Has been completely banned until the end of the examination as per the Gazette notification number 1816 issued on the 21st of June 2013. Holding and conducting of tuition classes for candidates, subject-related lectures, seminars, conducting of workshops, printing and distribution of sample question papers has been completely banned. In addition, publication of posters, banners, leaflets or publicizing them by electronic or printed media and keeping these materials in possession has also been banned. In case a certain person or an institution or any other party is to take action neglecting these orders, they will become offenders. If any person, institution or party is violating these orders, it has to be informed to the nearest police station, police headquarters or the Department of Examinations. According to the Department of Examination, these complaints can be forwarded to number 119 of the Police Emergency Hotline or no 112-421-111, Police Headquarters 1911, the hotline of the Department of Examinations or the hotline numbers no 112-784-208 or no 112-784-537 of the School Examination Organization and Results Branch.
According to intellectuals, new educational reforms have to be implemented expeditiously to reaffirm the trust in school education. These views were expressed at a seminar held at the Kegol Postal Auditorium yesterday. The National Movement for Educational Reforms is organizing seminars countrywide to raise awareness in the society for the new educational reforms. The Kegol District Seminar of it has been held yesterday. It has been emphasized that children has to be directed towards an educational system which suits the new world. Minister Dr. Dhammika Patameli stated that the opposition was unsuccessful and incapable of presenting a fair critique of the government's policies or the country's educational reforms. He said the situation must be understood from that perspective. He emphasized that the National People's Power is a courageous political movement and would not retreat even for a single moment from the opportunities available to build the country and improve educational prospects for children because of the failures of what he described as unsuccessful groups. The minister further noted that the government is intervening to the fullest extent to build a generation of children who are more knowledgeable. Minister Anura Karunatilaka pointed out that during O-level and A-level examination periods, students often stop attending school in the final stages. He pointed out that both students and parents tend to place greater trust in the education received outside the school system than in school-based education. He stressed that for any proposed educational transformation or reform to succeed, it is essential to rebuild the broken trust in school education.
Buddhist monks who started a peace walk for about 2,300 miles across the USA concluded their tour in Washington today. They kicked off the peace walk on the 26th of October last year from Huangdao Meditation Center in Texas.
19 Buddhist monks from various countries and a dog named Aloka had joined this 108-day journey. The monks have been traveling across many cities in the USA, even under harsh climatic conditions, facing snowy and chilling weather at times without wearing shoes or leggings. This peace walk was rapidly popularized through the globe through social media, centering the participation of the dog Aloka. The teen finished the walk today at the Washington Cathedral. Episcopal Bishop Marian Boudet delivered an interreligious sermon at the cathedral.
And this is one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen.
The bishop stated that he focused deep compassion of mankind towards his long journey.
Become a role model for our kids.
Bante Venerable Panakara, who led the team of monks, said that each person met during this tour would have the determination for peace.
The 52nd State Drama Festival was held yesterday at the Temple Trees under the patronage of Minister Dr. Hinidumusina Senavi. Upper Atharavu drama directed by Chamara Guruge has been awarded the Best Drama Creation of the Year.
The 52nd State Drama Festival was held from the 10th to 17th November last year at the Elphinstone Theatre, Mardana. 27 short dramas and 10 dramas were selected from Sinhala and Tamil languages for the final round. Merit certificates and awards were given away to the dramatists who won among them in the finals.
Modama Natya Nirmane lesa Samarita Patravane Api Atara U Natya Nirmane Kala O Chamara Guruge.
The festival was organized by the State Drama Subcommittee.
Rupana Shakyatavya Udesa. Vedikave Mahamangalya Rajya Natya Samman Pradanotsavya.
Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation is all set for its 44th anniversary celebrations on the 14th of this month. Professor Suranga Silva of the Department of Economics of the University of Colombo expressed views in this regard.
I must tell you that this has made a huge contribution for socio-economic development, more specifically inclusive and sustainable development of our country. Most of the time the programs are very development oriented and the program for more countries progressive development. So therefore I think it is our responsibility to convey our message to the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation for their great contribution for the nation development, and I wish you all the best for them to continue their services. That is very, very fundamental and decisive requirement for Sri Lanka economic development at this particular kind of time.
The Colombo Stock Exchange ended today's trading positively on the 11th of February 2026. The all-share price index closed at 23,655.68 after rising by 4.59 points, representing a 0.02% change. The S&P SL20 index closed at 6,611.52, up by 6.11 points and 0.09%. Total market capitalization at the close of trading stood at 8.434 trillion rupees. Market turnover for the day amounted to 3.35 billion rupees with 170.87 million shares traded. Now, the weather update. After several days of dry weather conditions across the island are set to change from tomorrow, the 12th, with showers expected in many parts of the country. The Department of Meteorology says rain will occur at times in the north central, Uva and eastern provinces, as well as in the Hambantota district, with fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters likely in several areas.
Showers and thunder showers are also forecast elsewhere during the afternoon, while misty conditions can be expected in the early morning hours. The public is advised to take necessary precautions against strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Nine people have died in a shooting in Canada that occurred in a high school. That and much more coming up in the foreign news on the other side. And now on your foreign news, 9 people have died in a tragic shooting in Canada that occurred at a high school in the province of British Columbia.
It is reported that 25 students and members of the school staff have been injured. The shooting has taken place inside Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. The bodies of 6 deceased students were found within the school premises, while 1 person had died after being hospitalized. It is reported that a large number of students were inside the school at the time the shooting occurred. Security has been ensured around the school premises. 2 more dead bodies were found in the house near school.
කොතුමි hot and spicy cricket fan KTM හිස්තනක් සැෂේ පැකට්ටුවේ ඇති අංකය සඳහන් කර 23යි.
On sports news, the second match of the Sri Lanka in the T20 World Cup cricket tournament against Oman will be played tomorrow at Parliamentary International Cricket Stadium. Match between Sri Lanka and Oman will be played as the 16th match of the T20 World Cup cricket tournament. This will be the first occasion where a T20 international cricket match will be played between the two teams. One match was played between the two teams earlier and Sri Lanka recorded a victory. The two teams participated in two T20 practice matches before the 2021 World Cup cricket tournament. Both the matches were won by Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka won the T20 World Cup cricket tournament on one occasion and were runners-up on another two occasions. Opponents Oman has played in 11 matches in the history of T20 World Cup cricket tournaments and had won only 2 matches out of them. Sri Lanka and Oman play in a B match with this year. They were able to beat Ireland in their first match by 20 runs, while Oman lost their first match against Zimbabwe by 8 wickets. A T20 World Cup cricket match is being played at Parliamentary International Cricket Stadium after 2021. The match will commence at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
South Africa today managed to win the match against Afghanistan of the ICC World Cup 2020 cricket tournament after 2 overs and 2 super overs rather. This is the first time in World Cup T20 cricket history that a match ended in this manner. In the match played in Ahmedabad, batting first, South Africa scored 187 runs in their allotted 20 overs for loss of 6 wickets. Ryan Rickelson 61 and Quinton de Kock 59. In bowling, Asmatullah Omar Khan claimed 3 wickets while Rashid Khan captured 2 wickets. In reply, Afghanistan also scored 187 runs all out in 19.4 overs. Ramanullah Gurbaz scored 84 runs. Lungi Guinea claimed 3 wickets. As they tied the match, a super over each was played to decide the winner. Batting first, Afghanistan scored 17 for no loss. In reply, South Africa scored 17 runs for 1 wicket. A super over each was awarded again since both teams tied. Batting first, South Africa scored 23 for no loss, but Afghanistan were able to score only 19 runs, losing 2 wickets. Accordingly, South Africa won the match, and this has been the first occasion where a decision was arrived at following 2 super overs in the history of a T20 World Cup cricket tournament. Meanwhile, this has been the 3rd occasion to decide the winner in the history of T20 cricket. Well, that was a look at your news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira together with Dulanjali Ananda. Wish you a pleasant evening and a great week ahead. Take care.